I'd like to address the horrific shooting that took place yesterday at Capitol Gazette newsroom in Annapolis, Maryland. This attack shocked the conscience of our nation and filled our hearts with grief. Journalists, like all Americans, should be free from the fear of being violently attacked while doing their job. To the families of the victims, there are no words to express our sorrow for your loss. Horrible, horrible event, horrible thing happened. When you're suffering, we pledge our eternal support. This suffering is so great. I've seen some of the people, so great. My government will not rest until we have done everything in our power to reduce violent crime and to protect innocent life. We will not ever leave your side, so our warmest, best wishes and regrets. Horrific, horrible thing. Thank you. Thank you.
The first thing I thought of when I heard this story, I wanted to know if he was on medication, antidepressants or something like that. I want to know, was he put on medication as a kid? Because a lot of kids are being put on so-called antidepressant medication, depression medication, when they're little children, and they become addicted to drugs. And so if they ever miss taking it as they get older, they cannot deal with the issues of life. They overreact to challenges. I have never seen such a weak society in dealing with the issues of life as I see today. They overreact, and that's because they have been medicated at such an early age in life. I don't know if this guy was, but those were my first thoughts. Here is the report on this story. This is from the Baltimore Sun and CBS News report. 5 dead in attack on Annapolis newspaper office. Here we go.
As we reported earlier today, there's been a terrible tragedy here in Anne Arundel County. There was an active shooter incident. 5 people are dead. Several more are wounded and in the care of Anne Arundel Medical Center. The shooter is in our custody and being interrogated as we speak.
Several shots have been fired, possible shotgun, at least 10 shots heard.
An active shooter inside the Capitol Gazette office where Annapolis Mayor Gavin Buckley says the journalists at work Thursday afternoon became open targets.
And there's nowhere to hide.
Even in just the 60 seconds it took police to get through the glass doors, a calculated and accused killer took 5 lives.
They described to me how they stepped over bodies to go towards the scene and found him under a desk.
Shotgun tossed to the side as he heard the approaching footsteps of law enforcement.
Amazing. It's amazing, folks. We got to rebuild families. We got to show people how to deal with the issues of life. They're weak in mind, in spirit, and in character, and everything else. President Trump tweeted, prior to departing Wisconsin, I was briefed on the shooting at Capitol Gazette in Annapolis, Maryland. My thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families. Thank you to all of the first responders who are currently on the scene. CBS News is reporting that suspect Jarrod Ramos apparently damaged his fingertips to hide his identity. Police used facial reconstruction software to identify him. Ramos had pleaded guilty to criminal harassment of a woman back in 2011, and the paper had reported on it. So he allegedly harassed some woman back in 2011. This paper reported on it. He sued the paper for defamation, but lost the case. He railed against the paper on Twitter since that time. That's an amazing thing. We got to come back to order, folks. If you're not attached to the tree of life, you're out of control. Believe me. You have no sense of control. We got to restore order. Come back to the order of God.